If you're looking to give freelancing a try in 2023, one of the first questions people ask is, how much am I supposed to charge for my services? Well, in this video, I'm going to answer just that. Okay, don't be mad at me, but I can't actually give you a number, but I will tell you how to find that number for yourself. So please stick around, don't click off the video just yet, okay? I actually have a workbook that I created just for this video, so you can click the link below to download it. And I actually encourage you to go ahead and download it first and then continue watching the video so you can fill it along as you watch the video. Do you have it yet? If so, let's move on. I'm just gonna preface this by saying that pricing was always a nightmare for me. I never knew how much to price my services, and I did undercharge for a long time. So it's okay if you're in that boat as well, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you with that. And the truth is, I don't know how much not knowing how to price my services has cost me, but definitely a shit ton of money. And I don't want that to happen to you. But you're not here for my life story, you're here to learn how to price yourself. So without further ado, let's go. All right, so level 1 is the dream stage. This is where you get to set out your dream rate, your goal rate, whatever it is that you want to call it. And this is the rate that you'll eventually want to charge for your services. For this, there are different things at play. Of course, the first thing you must consider is how much you actually need to make. This will of course depend on your expenses, the country you live in, and everything like that. So it's kind of why it's so hard for me to tell you how much you should charge, because there's so many variables that I can't possibly guess them all. For example, me being in Portugal, sometimes I may be able to get away with charging a little bit less than other people that have more expenses and live in more expensive countries. So I encourage you to look at your expenses, but also make sure to look at what other freelancers are charging. This doesn't mean you'll completely copy them and whatever they're charging you'll charge too, but it will give you an idea of what's possible and what else is out there. Because I know sometimes it may feel like we're charging these exorbitant rates, when in reality it's probably way more normal than you may think. So make sure to have a look at other freelancers' profiles. You can actually do this on Upwork even without an account. Some freelancers' profiles are public, so you can have a little look at it and see how much they're charging for similar services to yours. And of course, you want to think about the service you're offering and the value that brings to the clients you're helping. If you're offering more complex or specialized services, you may be able to charge a little bit more than someone who's a virtual assistant, for example. And also, depending on who your ideal client is, that can affect the value of what you offer as well. There are so many factors, that's why pricing is a nightmare. But yeah, based on that, you want to make a note of what your dream rate is, and I would personally write it down somewhere where you can see it every day, because I know this can be a great motivator for some people. Now, this is your dream rate, right? So it's likely not going to be something you're going to charge right off the bat to your first or second clients. So what should you do in the meantime? So some people may not agree with me on this, but I think it's okay for your first 1 or 2 clients to be at a lower rate in order to gain some experience. These are what's called beta clients. I actually did a video on that. I'll link it down below. And the key to do this right is to make them short projects, non-monthly projects that are never ending, and making sure that at the end of the project they give you both a testimonial and permission to use your work in your portfolio. This is because those 2 things are key to be able to get more clients in the future and also to be able to charge more to those clients. And that's because a key thing in freelancing is trust. You need to get your clients to trust you, and that's just not always easy when you're dealing with people online, but especially not if they don't have a solid track record. So by getting that experience and showcasing it in your profile, your website, your social media, wherever, you'll essentially get your future clients peace of mind when hiring you, and you'll be able to charge more because you can actually prove to them that you can get them results. Simple as that. If you want to learn how you can find your first client while avoiding scams, I actually have a full-blown freelancing course that I'll link down below that teaches you all of that and more so you can get your first client with ease. Okay, but after you get your beta clients, it's time to raise your rates. What I did and what I would recommend you do as well, and again, this is not my original idea, I have my client to thank for this. What I did was with every new client I got, I charged just a little bit more. So I actually went up in $5 increments each time. So when I was first starting out, I charged a ridiculous amount of $5 an hour. I don't necessarily recommend that, but it's what I did. And then I went up to $10 an hour, $15 an hour, and so on and so forth. I would say, and again, this is totally dependent on where you are in the world and what you're able to charge, but I would say a good starting rate would be $15 an hour, $20 an hour, or even $25. And then, like I said, I would increase that with every new client you get, because honestly, those first few clients are the ones that are going to get you the most experience per client. And they will teach you a lot, not only about your service and how to deliver it to clients, but also about freelancing in general and just how to deal with clients on a daily basis. So basically with each new client you get, you're improving your skills, therefore you should charge more. And that's pretty much the gist of it. You set up a dream rate and then you start a little bit lower for your first 1 or 2 beta clients. Then with each new client you get, you increase it a little bit until you can reach your dream rate. But don't go anywhere just yet because I want to talk to you guys about what happens when you actually reach that dream rate. So when you reach your dream rate, your desire rate, your goal rate, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't mean that you can just stop raising your rates forever. At that point, you get another challenge, and that's kind of the point where I'm at right now. I'm at a rate where I'm definitely comfortable and I could stay this way and not raise my rates ever again. But what I do now is I try to assess my rates at least every couple of months. So I look at the time I'm spending with each client, the expenses I'm having with them, and a lot of other factors. And essentially, I just ask myself, does this still make sense? If the answer is yes, we can go a couple more months with that same rate. And if the answer is no, we can obviously tweak it, right? Not only that, I try to also look at the responses I'm getting from prospects. Am I getting a lot of clients that immediately say yes to my rates and don't even question them for a second? And is that leading me to be fully booked or close to fully booked? If so, it's probably time to raise my rates. On the other hand, if I recently increased my rates and I see I'm getting a lot of pushback from clients, I can always go back to the drawing board and see how we can make it different. Maybe we need to take something off the package to make it a little bit more affordable for the client. Of course, always making sure that it still makes sense for us. And so you tweak these little things until you can find that sweet spot, and then essentially you just rinse and repeat every couple of months. And yeah, that's how you find your ideal pricing. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments or shoot me a DM over on Instagram. I'm always there to help you guys. And in the meantime, I recommend you watch this video right here on how to pitch yourself as a freelancer, and I'll see you right there.